Right before I started this video, my Christmas tree fell, so let's hope that that's not gonna happen again. Hey friends, my name's Gabrielle, and welcome to FrumiousReads, and I know this is such a late video! I know, I'm sorry, it's so late. Tonight, the other newest episode of the His Dark Materials is coming out, and I'm just now getting to episode 5, uploading it and seeing it and just giving my opinion on it. So this video may not be the best video, and I apologize ahead of time. I have been so busy! Like, I've just been doing so much lately. I've been so busy, and I feel like that's just part of adulting that no one ever tells you about. It's like all of a sudden, like, you do nothing for months and all of a sudden you're busy all the time and you don't know how or why. So I've had no time to do anything, much less watch TV, which is very sad. So I made time to have that happen tonight. Finally caught up just in time for the newest episode to come out in a couple hours, and so that's where we currently stand. So I'm just gonna go through real quick and give my opinion on episode 5. I love the title. I love how it's called The Lost Boy, because immediately, of course, we're thinking of like Roger and Billy Costa and the people who are lost, like the children who are lost. It also did really well with tying in Will as the lost boy. I just really enjoyed that. So let's go ahead. I just wanted to get that out of the way at the beginning. We finally get to hear the prophecy. I'm so happy we finally get this moment. They've been mentioning the prophecy and mentioning the prophecy, and we finally get to hear it in its entirety and how Will is tied into it and what Lyra is expected to do. And I'm just really happy we finally get the whole picture, and it's fantastic. And speaking of Will, we are getting into Will so much. Like, I think they did a really good job tying him into the storyline by introducing the prophecy and saying that there will be a boy who affects Lyra and must help her on her journey. Using that and adding in that anecdote really does tie in Will very nicely, because I think one of the biggest complaints that I had when reading the book series was that Will just kind of came out of nowhere. Like, I wasn't expecting all of a sudden to have this other character who was apparently really important, but it introduces Will while also keeping Lyra as the focus. I was honestly getting really emotional when Will's parts kept coming up on screen, because with him, it's almost like the beginning of the end in a way. Like, it's the beginning of just knowing what Lyra is going to go through as someone who's read the books. For those of you guys who haven't read the books and are just watching the show, I think we could all tell that there's more to come. Like, there is more happening than just the journey to save the kids. Just seeing Will's introduction, I'm getting like emotional, oh my god. Just seeing Will's introduction and seeing how he is on screen and just getting him in the story already, it makes me so happy, but I'm so sad at the same time. We get to see a lot into his life and his family, and we knew that his relationship with his mother was much more of like him kind of being her caretaker, just because she's been going through like a rough patch recently, and mental health issues with her were mentioned. And so we get to see Will kind of take care of her while also being this really angry teenage boy, because he is angry. Like, that is a big part of his character. Speaking of Will's mom, I'm really wondering how much she actually knows, because it was kind of hinted at that she knew more when we read about her, but she wasn't in the story as much. And now that she's in the television show, and it really does seem like she knows much, much more about what's actually happening than she's ready to tell Will about. So I'm wondering how soon we'll be able to see like the fallout of that, and how soon we'll be able to see her depth of knowledge. Moving on from Will, we had so much happen this episode. Let's go to mention Lee Scoresby, because Lee Scoresby, I love him. I love what they're doing with him. Lin-Manuel Miranda is doing fantastic. He's playing the rugged outlaw with a heart of gold so well, and I just love how he's kind of taking Lyra under his wing. I'm really happy with where that relationship dynamic is going. I love Eirik. I love how he's like this grumpy old bear, and obviously he's super dangerous, but Lyra's just kind of like this tenacious, adorable person who just kind of is not really scared of him, or she isn't scared of him for the reasons that she should be. And when she says like he'll see the bear in her too, it's like you could tell like that endears her to him. So I really like that. I cannot stand the way the armor looks on Eirik, because I understand it's supposed to be old and out of date and just kind of like rusted, but also to me, like when I'm looking at it, it just looks like clay on his body. Like, it literally looks like they clay molded some armor onto there. It doesn't look like armor to me. So I don't know, maybe that perspective will change as the story goes, but as of right now, that is my opinion of it, and I'm not a huge fan of it. All right, let's get to it. The most heartbreaking point of the episode. Oh, Billy Costa. I knew we would be getting death, and his death hit so hard, because I knew when I heard the name Ratter that he was replacing the character of Tony Macarios, who is originally the child who is found severed from his demon. But just knowing it's Billy and knowing that Ma Costa was there and came all the way out there just in time to see him die. Although she did give her blessing, like, I'm getting chills. I was so sad. I knew it was coming. I knew it was going to happen happen the minute I knew his demon's name was Ratter. I heard it and I knew it was gonna happen, but that does not make it any less heartbreaking. And I really think that showing his death and showing the effects of what these experiments are doing to the children, I think it was just so powerful to see on screen. I think that they were really brave to do that, because to be honest, like, there's not that many people who show children's deaths on screen, and I'm really glad that they went there. It shows the tragedy of this entire war and just shows how real and how these effects are and the consequences of people's actions as they try and take power. His send-off was beautiful. The finding him scene with Lyra just being so scared and knowing something was wrong, and then seeing who it was and seeing how he didn't have a demon was heartbreaking. And then the way she just in her, like, she's so sad and scared and you could hear it in her voice. Props to Daphne Keane in this episode, because when she says, "Come on, Billy Costa, your mom's been looking for you," like, my heart broke and I almost lost it. Props to the actors and actresses who were playing the Egyptians. They did such a good job. You really felt their grief, and I think that they've been doing amazing, but oh my god, this was probably the most standout episode for them so far. And then we get the Tartar attack on the Egyptians around the same time that something's happening outside of Will's house, and I'm really curious if, like, they're gonna show the effects of Lyra being trapped at Bolvangar first, and then also if Will is going to be attacked at the same time. So I don't know, I'm interested to see how their storylines like match up, like, and because obviously they're leading towards them meeting together, so I'm interested to see like at what point they will be led together. So that's really interesting. I'm so excited for this episode. I'm glad I don't have to wait super long, and I'm sorry this review is out extremely late. Let me know what you guys thought of both the episode 5 and episode 6 in the comments down below. I will try and get my episode 6 review up tomorrow, Tuesday. It will happen. It's gonna happen. It will be up, or else I will not sleep tonight if that's what it takes. That is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions, and I'm really excited for the newest episode to come out tonight. So I'm gonna go. I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.